Tonight, U.S. Capitol Police increasing security ahead of President Biden's State of the Union address. Concrete barriers, 12-foot black fencing, and enhanced police presence out of an abundance of caution. A major uptick in security for an annual tradition in a post-January 6 era. In last year's address to Congress, a newly inaugurated and optimistic president.
We can do whatever we set our minds to if we do it together. So let's begin to get together.
A year later, the country is deeply divided. A stalled Democratic agenda, a chaotic exit from Afghanistan, inflation at a 40-year high, and COVID frustration, all contributing to sagging poll numbers. Just 37% of respondents approve of Biden's handling of the presidency, and 55% disapprove. His handling of the economy, COVID, and the Russia crisis, all underwater.
Look, today is better than yesterday, and tomorrow's going to be better than today. And we're going to do that with policies that make sense, to fix our supply chain, to end the pandemic, to grow jobs, to bring our manufacturing industries back to America.
The State of the Union speech is an opportunity for him to pivot, and I hope that he does, because every decision this president has made over the last year has been to turn to the left instead of turning to Republicans across the aisle to form bipartisan solutions.
The speech was supposed to be a reset. But now, a major rewrite is underway to address the war in Ukraine and the global response.
And certainly what we're seeing on the ground in Ukraine, the fact that the president has built a coalition of countries around the world to stand up to Russian aggression, to stand up to President Putin, to put in place crippling sanctions, that will be a part of what people will hear in the speech.
Meanwhile, the president's predecessor teasing another run for office and breaking the cardinal rule for former presidents. Don't criticize the current president on foreign policy.
The problem is not that Putin is smart, which of course he's smart, but the real problem is that our leaders are dumb. Dumb. So dumb.
And Leigh Caldwell joins us now from Capitol Hill. And Leigh, I believe we can see some of those extra security measures behind you. And Leigh, these are difficult times, of course. So how is President Biden going to walk the fine line of addressing a skeptical electorate without sounding too pessimistic here?
Well, Gabe, no one thinks that it's going to be easy. But just moments ago, the White House put out a preview of what the president's going to say on his economic agenda. He's going to acknowledge the challenges of inflation, and he's going to lay out what Democrats plan to do about it. In addition, he's going to talk about some of the good economic indicators, including that there's been a major decrease in unemployment, and there's also been record levels of growth. And he's going to talk about some of the accomplishments, including the bipartisan infrastructure bill that Congress passed earlier this year that's going to spend billions of dollars on roads and bridges and broadband. But the challenge is we don't know if it's going to sway public opinion, and that is what we're going to have to wait and see.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.